Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. This is Matiullah Hatak teaching you English. This one is our third lecture about this topic, The Merchant of Venice, a play which is written by William Shakespeare. We have certain objectives that we must try to achieve at all possible cost. So keep these objectives in mind while going through the passages, going through the paragraph. In our previous lecture, we learnt that the two friends, Antonio and Bassanio, decided to visit Shylock in order to get the money for the cause. When they went over to Shylock and Shylock listened to their request, he started thinking deeply that this is the golden opportunity that I should not lose in order to take revenge upon this person who had been complaining against me angrily at the Rialto or the stock exchange where they used to do the business activities. So he was thinking like this when Antonio felt impatient and asked him in a very loud voice, saying to him that I have asked you for something and you should reply as soon as possible. So let us see how does he repeat his request in these paragraphs. Antonio, finding he was musing within himself and did not answer, and being impatient for money, said, Shylock, do you hear? Will you lend me the money? To this question, the Jew replied, Senor Antonio. So this word is senior, very much like we pronounce senior. So he said to him, Senor Antonio, which means Mr. Antonio. This word is senior is an Italian word vocabulary which is equivalent to Mr. and it is used for a man of high rank, a man who comes from gentility, a noble person. So the Jew replied to him, Senor Antonio, on the Rialto many a time, and often you have railed at me. Railed, as you have learned the meaning of this word, railed at me. You have complained angrily against me. You have attacked my personality about my monies and my usuries. You have complained angrily against my wealth and my usury and the business of interest that I do, that I carry on. You have complained against it angrily, and I have borne it with a patient shrug. And I have borne, which is beer, a third form of beer, bore, and borne. So he tells him that I used to bear your complaints with a patient shrug. Shrug means to give a sudden jerk to your shoulders, movement to your shoulders, कंधों को हरकत देना in a very patient way. बड़े सब्र से तहम्मुल से मैंने तुम्हारी ऐसी हरकतों को बर्दाश्त किया. He tells him further, for sufferance is the wages of all our tribe. Sufferance is, you can see, to be in troubles. He tells him that to be in troubles, it has become a symbol for a Jew. It has become the symbol that a Jew should suffer among other people living in this country. I mean to say in Italy. So sufferance means to be in troubles. It has become a symbol. एक कलामत बन चुकी है हमारे कबीले की, हमारे कौम की. And then you have called me unbeliever, cutthroat dog. Cutthroat dog. This expression is used for a person who can do anything for his own success at the cost of others' failure. He doesn't worry about others' people failure, but he think about his own success only. Such a person is then called cutthroat dog. So this is a kind of competition, you can say, where one person cuts the throat of another, but he wants to get to his destination. And this kind of competition is also called cutthroat competition. But here you can see this expression has been used in a different form, which is cutthroat dog, which means that you are such a person who can do anything for his own happiness. Even he can kill another person for his own happiness. Such a person is then called cutthroat dog. And spit upon me my Jewish garments. Jewish garments, my nation, my tribe, you have hated against, you have nourished a lot of hatred against my nation, against my tribe, and spawned at me with your foot, and you have kicked. Spawned means to kick with a lot of hatred with your foot, as if we were a cur. A cur is used for a worthless dog, as you can see here. A cutthroat dog and spawned kicked with hatred. Cur is used for a worthless dog, and you have kicked toward me as if I were a worthless dog. Well, then it now appears you need my help after doing so many wrong things to me, and now you have come to me and you need my help, and you come to me and say, Shylock, lend me monies. So you have come to me under such conditions, and you need my wealth. Has a dog money? So he is reminding Antonio all those sentences, all those utterances which he had spoken at certain occasion when they were doing business in front of the stock exchange Rialto. So he reminds him that you used to call me a dog. Has a dog money? Is it possible that a dog should have money? That a dog should have money? Is it possible a car should lend 3,000 ducats? Is it possible that a worthless dog should lend 3,000 ducats to a person of high rank? Shall I bend low and say, shall I become so mean? Shall I bend low and say? Bend low means should I become so mean and say to you, fair sir, respected sir, dear sir, I cannot become so mean. I cannot become of such a low position. You spit upon me on Wednesday last. So he reminds him a very fresh incident that took place between them, that you spit upon me on Wednesday last. Another time you called me dog, and you also called me dog, and for these courtesies means favors, and for these courtesies I am to lend you monies. And should I give you money for such favors you have done to me? Actually they were not favors, they were uh, things of great shame for him. And he says out of extreme anger that for such favors should I give you money? I should not give you money. I should give you some punishment, some penalty. I should take revenge upon. I should take revenge upon such bad, bad things you have done to me in the past. Antonio replied, but Antonio, as you have learned about his character, and you will learn more about his character, that he was a very great person. He was a very generous person, and he tells him that I won't even spare any opportunity. Still, if you do anything wrong, I will still call you a dog. I will still give you this name of a cur if you do anything wrong in the future or even at this moment. So Antonio replied, I'm is like to call you so again. I will call you so again, to spit on you again and spawn you too. Spawn you too. So he reminds him that my hatred for you will not diminish, will not become, will not get reduced until you are involved in such bad practices of lending money to people on high interest. So he is telling him that I will do the same thing to you again and again until you leave it, until you say goodbye to this bad practice. And next, he tells him that I am giving you an opportunity. If I am borrowing money from you, this is an opportunity that is being provided to you by me, that you should lend me this money, and you will get an opportunity to take revenge for all such bad things that I have done to you in the past. So lend it to me, not as to a friend. Do not consider me as your friend. Do not, consider me as your enemy, as to an enemy. That if I break the promise, if I do not return the money on that appointed day, you may with the better face exact the penalty. You may demand for the money in a very better way, and you can give me punishment as well. Why? And so he repeats, why? Look, you, said Shylock. Shylock now tells him, you see why here means, you see, look, you. So he is asking him how quickly you became, how quickly, how speedily you become angry, how you storm, and you see how quickly you have lost your temper. Storm means to lose your temper and start saying things in uncontrolled manner, and this we call storm. So he is reminding him that Shylock just want to remind him that how you used to rail at me, how you used to speak against me, how you used to speak against me among the people. But I used to bear it with a simple shrug of my shoulders in a very patient manner. I didn't say anything to you at that moment in return. But now you see, I'm just reminding you what you used to do in the past among other merchants, and you lost your temper, and you have lost control of your emotions. So this is how you were unjust to me, you were unfair to me in the past. So I would be friends with you. But he tells him that I would like to be friend with you and have your love, and I want to gain your love. I will forget the shames you have put upon me. I will not remember those bad moments in the past that you did to me, something there at the Rialto. I will supply your wants and take no interest for my money. So I am ready to give you the required amount, and I will take no interest from you. This seemingly kind offer greatly surprised Antonio. So you can just think for a moment: is it possible for Shylock to provide Antonio with money without interest? No, never. It is not possible. It is never, and you can say it is impossible to provide Antonio with this much amount as he demanded, as he asked for. Uh, Shylock is only trying to gain his trust in himself, that he is a very kind person, he is a very generous person, and he has forgotten all those bad things, bad words, or bad names that I used for him in the past at Rialto. So these are only to these sentences spoken by Shylock are only to gain Antonio's trust in himself. वो उसके एतमाद को सिर्फ बहाल करना चाहता है, उसको गेन करना चाहता है कि ये मुझ पर एतमाद कर ले, और फिर उसके बाद he will execute the plan he has in mind. What is that plan? He wants to make ready Antonio for an agreement, and that agreement then he will try to write that I means Shylock can cut a pound of flesh from any part of his body, and that would lead to his death finally. So this kind of plan he has in mind. So these sentences, as you can see, you should not go by their face reading. They are only to gain the trust of Antonio. So this is why this seemingly coined offer greatly surprised Antonio. So he was also surprised by this seemingly, which was apparently a very kind offer, which surprised Antonio. And then Shylock, still pretending means making false show. He was making false show of his kindness, and that all he did was to gain Antonio's love. Again said, so he was doing all this in order to gain Antonio's trust, love, respect in his heart. Again said he would lend him 3,000 ducats and take no interest for his money. So he repeated his offer that he will not take any interest on the money provided to them. Only Antonio should go with him to a lawyer. So this is the plan that he has in mind. He will take him to the lawyer, and they are signed in marriage support. Marriage support simply means you should not take it seriously. You should think that you should take it merrily, in a very cheerful way. It should be taken. It should be taken as a fun. In a marriage support, write a bond with me that if he did not return the money by a fixed day, he would forfeit a pound of flesh. Forfeit means to take away. So you can say taken away. You can cut and you can take away a pound of flesh. So keep these figures in mind, that he was only allowed to take away a pound of flesh from his body, to be cut off from any part of his body. So this is another point: from any part of his body, he was allowed to cut that pound of flesh that Shylock pleased, according to the desire of Shylock. And then Antonio replied, I am willing, I am ready, content, I am content, I am ready, I am willing. I will sign to this bond. I will sign to this bond. I am not afraid. And say there is much kindness in the Jew. So he trusted the Jew, and he said that I should consider that the Jew is a very kind person. Bassanio said to Antonio, you should not sign to such a bond for him, that you should not endanger your life. It means Uh, Putting on your sign on such a bond means that you are endangering your life, and still Antonio insisted. But Antonio emphasized, he pressed upon his position that he would sign it, for that before the day of payment came, his ships would return laden with many times the value of the money, laden with full of many times the value of the money, and those ships would bring business products that will be many times valuable than the money he provides to us. So Shylock, hearing this debate, exclaimed, "O Father Abraham, what suspicious people these Christians are! Their own hard dealings teach them to suspect the thoughts of others." So when he noticed that they were talking to each other secretly, they were discussing something in a secret manner, whether to sign the bond or not to sign the bond. So Bassanio was deterring him, was asking him not to sign the bond, because in this way you are going to endanger your life for my sake. When he noticed that they were talking to each other like this, he said in a very loud voice, he shouted, "Oh, Father Abraham," very much like we say, "Oh my God." Though they use "Oh, Father Abraham," uh, this is the historical figure that they refer to when they are in such situation. We say, "Oh my God." They say, "Oh, Father Abraham." What suspicious people these Christians are. He reminded them that the Christians are very suspicious people. Antonio and Bassanio, they are Christians. Shylock is he is a Jew. So he tells them that Christians are very suspicious people. That's why they suspect the dealings or business activities of other people as well, because they have this fault in themselves. So they are doubting the business activities or dealings of other people as well. Their own hard dealings teach them. Their own business activities have make them so to suspect the thoughts of other people as well. I pray you tell me this, Bassanio. I request you. I pray here means I request you tell me, Bassanio, if he should break this day, if he do not go by according to the bond, what shall I get? What should I gain? He asks him next, what should I gain? What should I get by the exaction of the forfeiture? By demanding the taken away thing. Forfeiture means what I am bound to take away is the forfeiture. So what should I gain? This a pound of man's flesh. So he is devaluing. He is devaluing the pounds of man's flesh. That it is a pound of man's flesh, and I can do nothing with it. It is not so valuable. So what profit I should gain from it? Taken from a man, which he means to say a man's flesh, which has been taken from a man, not so estimable, is not so valuable. Estimable means valuable, not profitable, and it will not give me any profit. Is the flesh of mutton or a beef? It is equal to the flesh of mutton or a beef. It has no more value for me than the flesh of a mutton or that of a beef. I say, to buy his favor, I offer this friendship. So he asked them again that I am offering you this offer. You should try to get it. If you are not going to get this offer, uh, I am ready to go. I am ready to say to you goodbye. Adieu. Adieu means to say goodbye. So he tells them, I say, to buy his favor, I offer this friendship. If he will take it, if he is ready to take this to accept this offer, so it is good for him. If not, if he is not going to accept this offer, adieu, I am ready to say goodbye to you. So this is the end of this lecture. If you feel that you find anything difficult, do write it in the comment box. Thank you very much.